what he does is the punishment. Like a lot of people, slavery is evil, yes, to us, but it's not evil to the Most High. It's just something, he created to punish us. So the coronavirus is evil. Yes, it's evil to us, but it's not evil to the Most High. Why? We shouldn't be eating bats. So read Psalm 78.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 78, and verse 49. He casts upon the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them.
Now, how do the Most High, what's cast upon? Yeah, like he putting something on you. What is he putting on you? His fierceness, his anger, his wrath and indignation and trouble. How do he put that on you?
Sending angels?
By sending evil angels. Why he call them evil angels?
Angels coming not to do you good, like to do you harm.
Right, but why he calling these angels that do this evil?
So why is he calling
these angels evil?
Because of the act that they're going to do to you.
Right, because what they going to do to you, that's what makes them evil. What these angels going to do to you, which is bring his anger. That could be anything. Getting shot down, head cut off, getting stabbed 100 times. Your child getting hit by a bus, by a plane, getting HIV. All that is the Most High casting his anger upon you. That's him showing you he's angry. How do he show you he's angry? He's going to send some angels to do this evil stuff to you. So it's the consequences that's the evil the Most High create. He see you a homosexual, then guess what he going to do? He going to send an angel down there to give you AIDS. He's going to make sure you get AIDS. Why? Because that's the punishment for being a homosexual. You down there selling drugs and doing drugs. That's what's going to happen. He's going to send an angel down there to make sure you get shot in the next drive-by, or make sure you get arrested and thrown in jail for the rest of your life, where a police officer is going to beat the hell out you every single day. That's what the Most High going to do when he's angry. When he's angry, he's going to send evil angels. He calling them evil for a reason. It ain't like he calling them evil because they bad and he don't like them. He calling them evil because what they going to do, you going to say that was evil as hell what happened to them. That was very evil, man. That was some harsh stuff. So evil to the point that what Christians do, they blame it on Satan. They blame it and say Satan did it. That's how evil, it is when stuff happens to you. Stuff happened to you so bad that a Christian, when good stuff happened, they say it happened because of the Lord. When bad stuff happened, they say it was because Satan did it. Why are they blaming Satan? Because what happened was evil. The fact that I got 5 family members that died from the coronavirus, that ain't nothing but Satan. That is so evil. Why is that evil? Because the Lord sent that upon them. He sent evil angels to give them the coronavirus to make sure that they die from it. So they're going to say it's evil to the point by saying Satan is they giving the credit to Satan because they believe Satan do evil and the Most High just do good. He don't do no evil. But the Lord saying, look, I create evil. The evil he create is the punishments that you're going to get for not doing what he tell you to do. Evil he create is not meaning, he created homosexuality, bestiality, child molestation, pedophiles, perverts. He didn't create all that. But you know what the Most High did create? Giant hornets that's made it over to the U.S. that got everyone scared as hell again. I've been seeing so many people make posts saying, damn, just when we thought, the coronavirus was getting a little better, now we got to stay in the house because of hornets, these big old hornets that made it over. I seen a Edomite, right? A so-called oppressor, right? On this, I want to say the Discovery Channel, right? I seen him on it, and he had one of those giant hornets, and he let the damn thing sting him in his arm. Like he make experiences like that. Like he'll go around and experiment like that by taking certain animals, letting them bite them, letting them sting them, and do certain things. He had one of those giant harnesses, and he let the damn thing sting him in his arm. He was out there about to die, and now people scared because it made it to the U.S. Why is people scared? Because this is nothing but like sinners. Christians can talk all that. I'm saved by the blood of Jesus and God forgive you for your sins no matter what. When we in pandemics and certain atrocities happen, a lot of them would sit back. Somebody at the door. A lot of them would sit back and they would say, they would start thinking about all the wrong that they did, which would make them feel like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have did that. They start to get paranoid in the sense of, I shouldn't have did that last week. What if I got to pay for it? Like all the sins that they felt as though they can get forgiven for, it's starting to self-consciously mess with them. It's starting to self-consciously mess with them and get in their head, and they going to sit back and they going to feel like, damn, man, I can't, maybe I shouldn't have did this and I shouldn't have did that or whatnot. So, let me see. I think that was the end of that scripture that he read. But at the end of the day, we got reports of harnesses made it over to the U.S. Where they say they came from? I think China or something. Yeah, I think they saying that they came from China or whatnot. What's going on, brother? Hey, shalom. Where they say the harnesses came from, Yediah?
Asia.
Yeah, they made it over here from Asia or whatnot. You got any questions, brother?
I just came here with their word,
All right, cool. No sweat. Yeah, I think they came over from Asia or whatnot. But now people is terrified and they don't know what to do. They scared of getting stung by one of these because, of course, the news will make everything seem worse than what it is. And now everybody feel as though this is another government experiment that they released these harnesses to keep black people in the house, or they released these harnesses to, of course, eradicate the black population. When they don't need no goddamn bumblebees to do that. Right. They've been doing that for 400 years, been thinking of ways that, abortion and took out more black and Hispanics and Native American Indians more than any damn bee sting could ever do. But of course, that's just Israel. They want to come with their conspiracy theories on this whole harness thing. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 20. Go ahead.
The hornets poke down a truck. They come from China.
They come from China. And they getting over here. It's like I said, I seen little shows where they was over there stinging himself just to take the pain. He damn near killed himself doing that. But whoever got Deuteronomy, read that.
Which you want, sir?
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 20.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 20. Moreover, the Lord thy God will send the hornet among them until they that are left and hide themselves from thee be destroyed.
Read that again.
Moreover, the Lord thy God will send the hornet against them.
He will send the hornet against them. This is what people not understanding. When the coronavirus first came out, they felt as though that it can't affect black people. Come to find out, black people are dying, black Hispanics and Native American Indians. Of course, when I say black people, I mean Hispanics and Native Americans too, are dying the most out of it to the point where they trying to do studies to figure out why. They trying to say maybe it's genetics, maybe it's this reason, maybe it's that reason. They coming up with all these theories on why is the coronavirus killing so many black people? What do they think the Hornets is going to do? They already starting to say, damn, they releasing the Hornets over here in America because this is a way that they are trying to get rid of us. Like, black people already feel like we're going to be affected by this the most. Like, without even having our first our first case on file of somebody getting stung from it and dying, they already feel as though like, yo, this thing gonna kill us, man. It's gonna get to us. So the Most High said he gonna do what?
Moreover, the Lord thy God will send the hornet among them.
He gonna send a hornet among them. Read.
Until they that are left and hide themselves from thee be destroyed.
Until they that's left and hide from thee be destroyed. Read.
Verse 21. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Lord thy God is among you, a mighty God and terrible.
Yeah, mighty God and terrible. Don't be frightened by them. Who we telling don't be frightened by them? The people that follow him and do what he tell you to do. He say don't worry about it. Who the people that is going to drive out? The people that's not doing what he tell them to do. Every Christian scared of them hornets because they thinking about, the brother wife he slept with last week, even though he prayed about it, is God still mad at him for it? The drugs that I sold, is God still mad at me for it, even though I prayed about it? The little kids I molest, the drugs I took, the stealing I did, is he still mad at me about it, even though I asked him for forgiveness? So when things like this happen, they start to think like, damn, I hope he still ain't mad. I hope he did forgive me. So they start to panic. But if you keep his law, statutes, and commandments, scared of a goddamn bee? Scared of a hornet? Something you can just swap out the way and kill when you can see the damn thing landing on you. At least bumblebees you can't see most of the time. They so goddamn little. So bumblebees be so goddamn little some of the time you can't even see them on you. You just know you got stung after the fact. This thing, you can see it coming. You can see it land on you. And you mean to tell me you can't fight it off? You scared? You already scared of the goddamn thing. It ain't like it's gonna land on you. You don't know what's on you. It's gonna sting you. Bam, you're gonna die. You can see it, swap it away, fight it, whatever the hell you can do. But they terrify these things because they know these things might come in packs. They might come in packs, and now all the stuff you did last week that you know you shouldn't have did, now you're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to pay for it. And this is gonna affect us the most because the Most High, he had his way of getting at us. And one of his ways of getting at us is strictly, he's gonna send hornets among us. Like he did this all the way back in Egypt. He always did little things like this. Like the least that you can think of, the most, it might not even seem like something that bad. Like who would have known that hornets is going to have the world in an uproar? Hornets is because of how big they are. Like how much stuff out here we dying from, and we got numbers in certain categories that's like outrageous. That's out of this world. Like there's numbers in certain categories, and nobody is panicking. Like car accidents. Like the numbers of people that die every year for car accidents, by the flu, gun violence, abortions, those numbers is so high, but I don't see nobody fearing those. Like, damn, we gotta make sure, man, we gotta, get these abortion clinics out the hood, and we gotta be careful about who we sleep with. Man, they killing us at an alarming rate. Man, listen, we gotta police our neighborhoods, man. We gotta do the right thing, and we gotta stick together. People is getting shot every day and dying, man. We dying at such a big rate. It's not making no sense. People not saying that. They saying, oh my God, they got killer hornets that's coming over here that's going to destroy us. What can we do? Oh my God, what should we do? Stop being poor. That's what you should stop doing. If you that scared of bees, to fix that, stop being poor. Stop having a goddamn petty beef with your brother over small stuff. Stop trying to sleep with your brother's wife. Stop stealing. Stop doing everything that the Most High told you to stop doing, and you don't have to worry about no goddamn hornets. But even the Most High knew back then, him sending these hornets was going to do damage, and they was going to be scared of it. These ain't your average size hornets, man. These hornets are big as hell. They killing mice. They killing rats. Them hornets is man. Them hornets is vicious. Trust me, they vicious. But they will get you if you're not doing what the Lord tell you to do. Read.
Come. Verse 22. And the Lord thy God will put out those nations before thee by little and little. Mm-hmm. Thou mayest not consume them at once, lest the beast of the field increase upon thee.
Yeah, the Most High always used certain tactics because he knew what it was going to do. Like this plague of the coronavirus, for the damage it did to the world, like when they first heard of the coronavirus and it had an outbreak, nobody knew it was going to be this powerful. Nobody knew it was going to have the effect it has now. Like the way that it's affecting the world and the effect that it got on the whole world, every race, every society, every nation, the effect that it got on it, nobody seen this coming. And then it happened and it shut down the world. We 3 months into it, and it don't even seem like it got to the point where they like, look, ain't nothing getting better. We might as well just try to open up little by little and just see how that works. Then what they do, they open Atlanta. Atlanta has 700 new cases 2 days later. Philadelphia over the weekend just had 184 new cases. Florida had 600 cases. And they just opened the beaches up there. Every place that they open up is getting outrageous numbers in new cases. They getting crazy numbers in new cases. It's going up. And they opening up and they saying, make sure you still social distance. Make sure you have your mask and your gloves. Everywhere I went, for Philadelphia have 184 new cases. I always think of this. I was out the whole weekend, had a few things I had to do. Everywhere I went, people had masks and gloves on. Everybody social distancing. Every time I get on SEPTA transportation, the bus or the train, is somebody on there arguing because they feel as though somebody not social distancing. Even yesterday, I'm on a trolley. Sister get mad because a Edomite sat behind her with no mask on. She had a mask on. He sat behind her with no mask on. She felt as though he should have sat in like 2 seats behind her. She on there yelling, he ain't got no mask on. He not social distancing. Like, that's the type of crazy stuff I've been seeing. People yelling, people screaming, fights breaking out, arguments happening because everybody is trying to do the right thing. They're trying to social distance. They're trying to, keep their distance. Everybody is trying to, damn, bro, why you ain't got no mask on? You need a mask? I seen people walk around with bags full of masks, and when they seen somebody ain't have a mask, they go right in their bag, pull it out. Hun, you need this mask? You got a mask on you? People is trying their hardest to follow the rules and guidelines that America told them. Listen, if y'all do this, this is going to help us get rid of this, and this is going to help us, be able to get back to normal. People been doing that, and it's still 187 new cases. Atlanta opened up. They in the bars, they having parties, and everybody got masks and gloves. I see a lot of pictures. They in there with masks and gloves on partying. They in the stores, masks and gloves on. Stores is letting 10 people in at a time, and they standing 6 feet apart from each other. I haven't went not into one store that didn't tell me. Every store that I try to go into, they stop me right at the door. They have a police officer either standing outside or inside, and they be like, yo, you can't come in here without a mask. Every store I try to go into. Uber, I get into an Uber, I'm gonna have to cancel if you ain't got no mask. It's just company policy. Everybody is starting to take it serious, but we still popping up with new cases. And that's for a reason, because the way y'all thinking to get rid of it is not the way to get rid of it. Just like they said, China did the whole thing, and China did good with getting rid of it, and everybody believed it. And next thing you know, they broke the news the next day. China had 800 new cases. So now they got to go back to square one. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure out what they need to do to, to get this right. That's because the Lord is fully in control of this.
Right.
And because you got on masks and gloves and you standing 6 feet apart from people and you sanitizing your hand every 5 minutes, burning the goddamn skin off your hands, because you're doing all that means nothing. It don't mean nothing. Because once the Lord wants you, he's going to get you. That little split second you go, because that mask on your face for so many hours, you're going to need a breath afterwards. You're going to feel like I got to just get a fresh breath, a breath of fresh air. I got to take this off my face. I got to do something. That split second you go, damn, you got it. It's always a way around it. And I seen another article too where they were saying that they did an experiment, and they even said the mask with the filters is like a 98% chance that it's going to stop the coronavirus. But all it needs is that 1% chance to get into. So you might got 50 coronavirus droplets that you inhale, but the filter to your mask stop it. All it takes is for one to get in your system, and just off of that one little virus that's in your system is going to create millions now. That's all it takes. So it's damn near. It's just like you just got to be cautious. You can take the proper steps to not get it, but it's not guaranteed that this is going to work, because there's nothing you can do that's going to stop you from getting this coronavirus, because the Most High, he has his way. He going to send a plague. First, he sent the coronavirus, just like in Egypt. He sent the plague. Then after he sent the plague, then he sent the frogs. He sent the locusts to start doing that. Yeah. Go ahead. So then after that, he's doing the same thing. First come the coronavirus. Now after the coronavirus, what happened? Now we got hornets that everybody is panicking about. Is there any more on that?
Hold on.
That was it. Give me Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 13. Go ahead. Keep it from next. Let me see. God damn. New University of Penn. Go ahead.
That's like we was burning out. It was so heavy. We went over on the radio show about how everybody was in line for the new Jordans. Nobody had a mask.
Yeah, they're gonna make sure they don't do that. And all right, now this is stay at home. The article you just sent me. God damn. Okay, let's see. States continue stay at home orders. 100 and yeah, you good. You can throw it away. 117,000 deaths by the end of June. Read that. God dang.
You want I said?
Yeah. And I see the Georgia one in here too. Damn, it raised 38,000. That fast?
With the last one I said?
Do the first one, the coronavirus latest. New University of Penn.
Okay. Coronavirus latest. New University of Penn model predicts 350,000 deaths by the end of June if all states fully reopen.
So what's the death total at now?
It's like 70,000. I can check that.
Right, that's what I thought, like 61, 70,000 deaths now. And they saying by the end of June, which is next month, it can reach 350,000 if all states reopen. Warning, like, listen, it's only going to get worse if the states reopen. It's only going to get worse because they haven't found any vaccine, and it's really no way to prevent this. Go ahead.
The death total in America is 73,994.
Damn, 73,994. So the death total is 73,000, and they saying by the end of June, that's 277,000 deaths in a month.
Right.
If all states reopen, which makes sense. And it's probably going to be more, to be honest. It's going to be more than that. That's just the estimate that they going off of at the rate people dying now. So it's probably going to be more. But, I mean, listen, it's nothing you can do. The Most High wants you, he wants you. Read that article. Read the first one.
Governors in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware have a lot to consider before fully reopening. If they open too quickly, they could result in more deaths according to a new model from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania.
Damn, so we got to deal with the Hornets, and we got to deal with the coronavirus death toll going up if states reopen, meaning we got to stay locked down. People got to continue to social distance, and people just got to stay at home. If you ain't got no reason to be outside, you shouldn't be outside. That's how they want to keep it. And they don't know for how long, because they don't know if they're going to ever get this under control. And I remember they were saying even when it get hot out, that's the best chance because, the coronavirus can't live in heat. But this is saying otherwise. Read on, is it more?
The Wharton School just unveiled a model that looks at several different scenarios that can happen as the states begin to lift stay-at-home orders.
States is starting to lift stay-at-home orders. And what they're saying is so true because every state that lifts the stay-at-home order, the people that caught the coronavirus then increased by at least over 500,000. And then we got to deal with these harnesses that somehow made it over here from Asia. So now you can either catch the coronavirus or get stung. And it looked like them damn hornets keep stinging you. Like a bee will sting you and leave a sting and ring you. That damn thing looked like it just keeps stabbing you with the damn thing injected in venom in you. Like them things ain't no joke. That's what you got to deal with. But just like I said, the Christian that thinks maybe God didn't forgive me for what I did last week, they the ones that got to worry about it. They the ones that got to worry about it, deal with that. Look at that. This is the scenarios they coming with if states decide to reopen. So if they continue to stay at home orders, they saying that by the end of June, we'll only get 117,000 deaths and 18.6 million people jobs will get lost. That's if they decide to stay at home orders, if they continue with it. Now, scenario 2 is if they partially open, meaning some businesses open and they still deal with the stay at home, the social distancing. Then if some businesses partially open, or even if they want to stay open for half the day, stay open for half of what they normally, open for, we dealing with 162,000 deaths and only 14 million jobs lost. But scenario 3 is if every state open, 350,000 deaths and 500,000 jobs lost. So meaning every state can reopen. A lot of people ain't gonna lose their job. A lot of people will be able to go back to work. But a lot of people gonna die from this. So the number's gonna jump from 73,000 to 350,000 if they decide to open up, or 162, 117. Basically, either way you put it, these numbers is going to go up. Numbers is going to increase by at least 100,000. Whether you go with scenario 1, 2, or 3, numbers is going to increase no matter which way you look at it. People are going to lose their jobs and people are going to die from this. Whether they stay at home, whether they halfway open, whether they fully open, it's going to get worse because they understand. They understand. Some of them understand. Like, look, this is something we don't control. Well, we can't control, and we just have to really just wait it out. Like that's their best bet to just wait it out. Just don't, see where it lands us in June or August. Just wait this whole thing out. Maybe it'll just go away. Maybe we come up with a vaccine. But vaccines, you can't make them that fast overnight. You got to test it out, make sure it works. Find out what went wrong, what's continuing to go wrong, or whatnot. Then there's going to be a whole big thing about that because I'm starting to see people protest about getting the vaccine anyway. Like, I ain't getting that vaccine. That's just the way of the government. They put the coronavirus out here and then they trying to give us a vaccine and inject us with some whatever type of theories they decide to come up with. But is it any more in the article?
That was the meat of it, sir.
That was the meat of it? All right, cool. Now go to the Georgia one. The Georgia one, which I just said. Georgia just reopened. And already at 31,000.
Coronavirus in Georgia. Death toll rises as total cases approach 31,000.
Total cases in Georgia alone approaches 31,000. Georgia reports nearly 6,000 hospitalized as the death toll now exceeds 1,300. God damn. And which state? I think Louisiana is one of the states that is the worst. That is the worst in, and I think Georgia might be second. And then it's like Florida or something, Philadelphia. Reed, is there anything in the article?
Georgia reports nearly 6,000 hospitalizations as the death toll now exceeds 1,300.
1,300 people. Just in a matter of what? A few days?
Okay.
A few goddamn days. It's been what? A week now, probably? And 1,300 people already died because they, decided to open up. And you can damn near guess who was the 13,000 or damn near half of it. It was, of course, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans because that's who would affect the most. That's who would kill the most. Reed?
Georgia now reports that there are 30,706 positive cases of COVID-19 in the state. Georgia is also reporting 1,300 coronavirus deaths and 5,770 hospitalizations. The new numbers were released Wednesday around 4:30 p.m. That was today.
Yeah, damn, that's today. They just released these numbers today. And it's how many?
1,300 coronavirus deaths and 5,770 hospitalizations. The new numbers were released Wednesday around 4:30 p.m.
Damn. Reed?
Fulton County has the most positive cases in the state with 3,249. That's followed by DeKalb County with 2,356 cases and Genwood County with 2,225 cases and Cobb County with 1,996 cases.
Reed, now it's at 5 p.m. Yeah, Reed. What's that? So this is also today too, 5 p.m. May 6th.
As of 5 p.m. May 6th, There are 528 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the residents of Coastal Health District and 17 deaths.
And this is in one part of Georgia. This is in one part. 500 cases in one part and 17 deaths, which is crazy. Listen, there's no getting around it. They thought they can reopen masks and gloves, but guess what? You still got to deal with the harness, and you still got to deal with the COVID-19. They just was like, look, man, we might as well reopen. There's nothing we can do. They was at the bars, at the clubs, and everything. It just couldn't stop it. Is it any more?
A little bit more.
A little bit more. All right, you can read.
After Donald Trump suggested that some schools should consider reopening this school year, Guerrero went over the White House 3-phase reopening plan as it pertains to schools. It's certainly conceivable that by the fall school year, schools could be reopened, or at least in some communities, he said.
At least in some communities. He said schools can reopen, or at least in some communities, they trying to partially reopen. Certain things can reopen, certain things, can't reopen. Nothing should reopen. Nothing should reopen. The Lord is still mad, and the more y'all open up and testing, then guess what? He's going to show y'all he's nothing to be played with. He's going to continue to give you the coronavirus. Somebody give me Proverbs 27, verse 7. He's going to show you that, he's nothing to mess with. He's nothing to mess with. No matter how you put it, it's play. And we were saying it too in the beginning, like there's going to be something after the coronavirus that's going to hit. Now people terrified of these hornets, which is another plague the Most High going to bring, and there's going to be something after that. Until he feels as though this has been enough, until he feels as though it's been enough, America, if he want to just fall back off it until he can strike again, or he could just keep it going. He could just keep it going. And it might not ever be the same, which I hope. I hope it never be the same. They already talking about giving out them second stimulus checks. Already talking about it. We've been benefiting off of this for the longest. This whole thing, people don't have to go to the slave deal with that asshole of a boss, asshole of a supervisor. They messing with you. I know at my slave, they say, look, you don't have to come back if you don't want to. Just let us know. If you're really concerned about your health, you don't have to come back, and you cannot get penalized. Our union won't allow us to get penalized. People is taking the time off. Like, look, need a time off from this. Coming into y'all, slaving me to death. I need some goddamn time off. And the Most High put it that way, giving us a break. But the thing is, we got to see it for what it is. And the Most High want to, take this time and give us a break. Everybody should be in these classes and learning. Should be no excuse why you're not in class. Should be no excuse. You ain't got nothing else to goddamn do. We know you ain't got nothing to do because nothing open. Nowhere for you to go. Nothing. You should be in class. Who got Proverbs? 27 verse 7.
You got it, bro.
Proverbs 27 verse 7. The full soul loatheth and honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet.
Let me make sure that's the right one. That might be. Okay, that's not it. So maybe I copied down the wrong one. Let me see. Let me see. Bear with me. Copied down the wrong one. Okay, all right, I see. Proverbs 27, drop down to verse 12.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil, and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Read that again.
A prudent man foreseeth the evil.
What's the prudent? A prudent man. Can you look it up if you want. Go ahead.
Prudent, I think it's another word for better than a booster.
You said another word for what?
Better than a booster.
Oh. Go ahead.
Cautious, wise, careful.
Right, cautious or wise, careful man. In this context, a wise man do what?
Foreseeth the evil, and hideth himself.
Meaning what? A cautious or a wise man foreseeth evil, and he hide himself.
Knows his surroundings, knows out there.
Yeah, he see the evil, how he hide himself.
Trying to stay away from it.
Right, by how?
Is it by how?
Yeah, how? How do we stay away from it? Because remember, it's a lot of people trying to stay away from the coronavirus, but they still getting it. And they doing their best. Slim Thug said that he only left the house to get something to eat, and he still had masks and gloves on. And he never even came in contact with anyone, but somehow he still tested positive for the coronavirus. So he seen it coming and he tried to hide himself. But how does a wise man foresee evil and hide himself? Everybody want to give it a shot? Real simple. Go ahead.
How I think hiding himself from the evil, like staying grounded, like the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yep. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, dealing with the Most High, doing what the Most High say. He gonna see the evil and he gonna hide himself from it. So, meaning he's gonna do what the Most High say, and the evil is not even gonna see him. The coronavirus, the hornets, bees, or whatnot, it's not even gonna notice him. It's not even gonna see him. Why? Because he's seen it. And he was wise enough to hide himself from it. Like, I'm going to just continue to do what the Most High say, and I ain't got nothing to worry about, because there's plenty of people that's hiding themselves. Plenty of people. It was one article where I seen this sister say she never even left her house. She was quarantined in her house 3 weeks. When they first announced the stay at home or whatnot, she quarantined herself for 3 weeks. Somehow she still wound up getting it. She had enough food to last her. It was no reason for her to go nowhere. Didn't have to slave. Somehow she still ended up with the coronavirus. She tried to hide herself from it, but still got it. Because that's not how you hide yourself from it. You hide yourself from it by letting the Lord protect you. And just like in Egypt, when that death angel went above their doors in the Passover, they hid themselves.
Right.
You know, they hid themselves. How they hide themselves? They put that blood over their door, and the death angel went right past it. Death angel didn't even notice they was in there. You know, that's how they hid themselves. Read.
But the simple pass on and are punished.
But the simple pass on. Meaning what? How does simple pass on?
Living in sin.
Yeah, continuing to do what the hell they want, you know, and they doing it in mask and gloves.
Right.
They smoking cigarettes with the mask and gloves on. They got the hand sanitizer, a brand new unopened bottle in this pocket, the bottle that they're using in this pocket, extra masks and gloves in a book bag and more hand sanitizer, and they ready. But they standing out, side on break time or waiting for transportation, or they in a car and they smoking. Like I seen somebody pull up to the light, hand hanging out the window like this, gloves on, mask down around their neck, and they got the cigarette out the window. They just waiting. They just going like, and I'm sitting there like, what is the point? You might as well take the gloves off now. You ain't got the damn mask on. But you willing to pull a mask down to take that little cigarette break. Smoke that weed. Or I done seen people, they on live and they eating crab legs. Got the mask around their neck, the gloves on, cracking the crab legs, just eating. What the hell is the point? You eating it with the gloves on that you done touched everything? That's the simple that's going to pass on, and they're going to be punished for it. You continuing to do what the hell you want, thinking the gloves and masks is protecting you from, the coronavirus. Nothing can protect you from the Lord. That's why even when, people walk around with bulletproof vests on, hell is as good as a bulletproof vest when they got bullets that can go through the shit. And then sometimes a normal bullet will be able to go through it, and it'll be a malfunction. Like, we don't know why it didn't stop it or whatnot. It went through because the Lord wanted it to go through. It's just certain stuff that you think, okay, this is going to prevent it, and somehow you're going to be sitting there trying to figure out how did this happen when you took all the proper steps. All the proper steps, all the proper procedures, and I still wind up, this happening to me. This happening to me because the Lord is in it. The Lord is in it. Oh man, I used the condom, man. I don't know how the hell that happened, man. She still gave me HIV, and I had a condom on. You don't know how I had it? I know how I had it. The Most High is the reason why I had it. So you can be wise and hide yourself. You can be simple and pass on. Pass on meaning just keep on going about doing whatever the hell they want to do. You want to pass on, and you're going to get punished for it. You simple, you're going to pass on from the evil, from foreseeing the evil, and you're going to get punished for it. You're going to get punished for it. You're going to eat something, get sick from it. You're going to smoke something. It's something you're going to do that's going to have you thinking, like, yo, how in the hell? Like, even Slim Thug, when y'all get a chance, just watch it. Like, he's on there, like, he's really trying to figure out how in the hell he got the coronavirus. And another thing, too, the brother, Fred the Godson, right? As y'all know, he passed away from the coronavirus. But when he passed away, I heard how he was just good, hot rapper. So I'm like, let me go listen to him. I keep hearing everybody talk about him. I'm seeing little freestyles from him and everything. Like, yo, he is all right. Let me go check him out. But it was just like damn near every video he had bags of weed in his video. He's smoking. And it's like, no wonder he didn't stand a chance against the coronavirus. And his organs start shutting down because those years and years of smoking caught up with him. And the brother had pre-existing health conditions, and they caught up with him. That stuff is catching up with him. It's another celebrity. I forgot. It's going to come to me later. Another celebrity that's hospitalized right now because he was dealing with pre-existing, which shows you, which is so crazy because they say people with pre-existing health issues get affected by it more. High blood pressure, diabetes, heart problems, kidney problems. They get affected by it more. And the crazy thing is, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American lead in all those categories. Diabetes, all those categories we lead in, and those are the things that give you a slim to none chance of surviving the coronavirus if you get it. On top of the weed smoking. It's just like the Most High, if he want to get you, he's going to get you. Somebody get me Leviticus 26 and 21.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 21. And if ye walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins.
7 times more plagues upon you according to your sin. The Most High tell you, walk. If you walk contrary unto him and don't hearken unto him, he's going to bring 7 times more plagues unto you. When I read this, I was like, damn, because it's a lot of brothers and sisters out there that got the high blood pressure, they got the diabetes, they got the heart failure, the kidney failure. You dealing with all that on top of, now you got to deal with fighting off the coronavirus. Like, God damn.
Right.
Most High serious. He's going to bring 7 times the more plagues unto you. On top of, you got to worry about fighting off a goddamn bee that's as big as a damn newborn. Dang, he's going to bring 7 times the more plagues unto you if you don't do what the hell he say. The Most High is serious about you doing what he said. That's why I never understood Christians who like to say that, God gave them free will and God understands your heart and he know your heart. God forgives you all the time. When all he do is make it known in the Bible, if you don't do what I say, this is going to happen. That's not free will. That's not free will. You can't say that that's free will when he say either do this or this is going to happen. He's saying, listen, do what I tell you to do, or I'm going to put 7 times the more plagues upon you. 7 times more plagues, meaning you already dealing with plagues. He's going to bring 7 times more the plagues that you're already dealing with. He's going to add that on top of what the hell you're already dealing with. With all the stuff you got to deal with, the drugs, you name it. There's all types of, conditions and things we got to deal with. The Most High, like, listen, I'm going to bring more of that on you if you don't do what I say.
Right.
That don't sound like free will to me. Read, is any more on that?
Verse 22. I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children and destroy your cattle and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate.
Listen, he's going to send the beast unto you. The Most High, he constantly, this is what he always did. The Most High say, I change not. When it's time for him to, give you that ass whipping like a dad gives you, it's a few ways you're gonna get it. It's a few ways you're gonna get it. When he wanna punish you, when he punish us as a nation, listen, it's a few ways you're gonna get it. You're gonna get a famine, you're gonna get pestilence, coming. They all coming right back to back. Might not know the order, but just know that they all coming back to back. Get Jeremiah 50 verse 13. Just know that they coming back to back. And he not playing. The Lord is not playing, man. The Lord, he makes it clear. He makes it clear. That's why we're affected by the coronavirus, at the amount we're affected by. That's why we leading in the categories of the coronavirus and whatnot. And you can, and that's why the stimulus checks, certain laws put in place to prevent us from getting it, the immigrants from getting it, people on the reservations from getting it. It's like you name it. It's just a lot of things that's put in place. Anybody got that scripture?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. It's like a wholly desolate. Mm-hmm. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, right, and his and her plagues.
It's going to be a point that where people is just going to come by America and they're going to be astonished, like they're going to be shocked. at the plagues that hit this place. Like, damn, that happened here. Like coronavirus, yeah, it started over in China. It happened over in China. But China is not dealing with it how we are dealing with it. Like the things that we got to put up with, they're not dealing with it. There's a lot of countries that's not dealing with it how we dealing with it. But they just, to be on the safe side, they taking certain steps to make sure that it don't get bad. You know, to make sure it don't get bad, to get out of hand, they taking certain steps. But here in America or here in Babylon, it's certain things that's happening that people is going to be astonished by. People are going to come by and be like, damn, what happened here? What plague happened here? That plague happened here before? That happened here? People is going to be shocked at it. Like, because it never happened where they was at. And the reason these plagues is happening here, because why? Somebody tell me. Why these plagues that's happening here is going to make people that, you know, come here astonished by it, be surprised that these type of plagues hit here.
Because of the in other countries, I believe it's not free. It's not like for as far as free will.
Nope. Anybody else? Why is people going to be astonished when they come here and hear about the plagues that hit here and the plagues that happened to Babylon? Why are they going to be astonished? Go ahead.
You see, plague. You mean as far as
Like the coronavirus, like the plagues that hit. You know, it's a lot of plagues that hit: swine flu, coronavirus. It's a whole bunch of things that hit. Why are these things going to make people that come here astonished?
Because they look up to us and they don't expect it to happen to us.
You on to it. Don't expect it to happen. They're going to be shocked at. And because it's like they're gonna look at it like for something to tremble a nation like this is damn near unheard of. But what they not understanding is the Lord's people is here. This is exactly why it happened. You know, we here and these plagues is hitting because this is where the Lord's chosen people is at, and nobody doing what the hell he tell them to do. So because nobody doing what the hell he tell them to do, people are going to come by and be like, what happened? God damn, that happened before? How long is shut down? God damn, it's going to be desolate. It's going to be a place where nobody's going to come, and it's just going to be history here. Go ahead.
so when you brought it so heavy, it's like Egypt.
Mm-hmm. You look at Egypt now. People look at Egypt. They go to Egypt and be like, you know, to hear about the plagues that hit Egypt, like, damn, for real, that happened? Because it was such a powerful empire at one point. It was, everybody got their resources from it. It ran the world. Egypt was America, like how it is now. So to hear about plagues that hit Egypt is unheard of, to the point where some people not even believing it. They're like, nah, that's false. That didn't happen. Like, it's a lot of stuff that happened in Egypt. Now Egypt is desolate. Like, Egypt is desolate. Like, the Egyptians don't even live there really. It's inhabited by Greeks. Even the tombstones that they build is goddamn bathrooms for the tourists. So it's like Egypt is nothing. You know, they read about it all the time. They see the pictures, hear about the stories. They hear, you know, about what happened. And then to hear about how it fell is almost like, what? Like, they're astonished by it. Like, God damn, this happened here? Is there any more on that?
No. Verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
Put yourself in array against Babylon round about. Read.
All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord.
Read.
Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her as she hath done unto her.
Of course, this is talking about when America is getting destroyed. Third World War, when America is getting taken down, America losing its power. These are all the things that's going to happen. These are all the things he required to happen. But at the same time, it's stuff we got to do in order for this to happen. If not, we're going to take on the plagues that they take on. You know, coronavirus is destroying America. But guess what? It's also destroying the 12 tribes of Israel. Why? Because we partaking in what America do. You know, as far as America is falling down and the Most High is destroying America with coronavirus, guess what? Y'all want to be Americans, live like Americans. Y'all want to take on every foul spirit of America. Y'all going to have to deal with America plagues. We'll go on to next scripture. Give me Revelations 18:4. We're going to have to deal with the plagues of America since we want to be American. We don't want to be the Lord's chosen people. You know, we want to be Caesar Borgia chosen people. We want to be Allah chosen people. We want to accept homosexuality and give our 12-year-old sons a choice to be a goddamn, you know, man or woman. We want to give him, you know, make a decision. Make certain decisions based off of what America allowed them to do. America won't allow a 12-year-old to say that they're in love with a person that's 30. They look at that as something wrong, but they allow the 12-year-old to voice their opinion about if they want to be a boy or a girl or not. You know, so people grasp to that, not because they think it's right. They think America say it's okay. If it ain't against America, then that's why, you know, it's cool. You know, so they look at it like it's cool to do because if you speak about it, you lose everything. Like people that come out and speak against stuff like that lose jobs, careers ended. And this, like for Dwayne Wade, for the example, like when Lil Bootsy came out and said something about that, he can't go into no Planet Fitness no more now. Can't go into no goddamn Planet Fitness because, and the person, the nanny that was watching Dwayne Wade's son was a goddamn transsexual who was babysitting their goddamn kids, was a goddamn transsexual. Dwayne Wade didn't look at nothing like that, like anything was wrong. Why? Because America forbids you to speak out against homosexuality.
Right.
And the people that love America, when you speak out against homosexuality, they have a problem with you. Because America don't look at it like anything wrong with it. So because you want to partake in America's wickedness, you're going to have to deal with her plagues. Read.
Talk about the book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
The voice from heaven. The Most High said, listen, come out of her, my people. He's telling us to come out of her, my people. What does come out of her, my people? What do he mean by that? Go ahead.
Separate.
How? I mean, get on a plane and go to Mona, Africa, go back to Jerusalem. Like they do, hop on a plane and go there, go to Mona, Africa. Or they hop on a plane and go to Jerusalem, where in order to be a citizen, you got to serve 2 years in the military. Go ahead.
Like separate, like get away from their lifestyle. You know?
Their society. Would they accept? Most High not. Listen, get away from that. Y'all can accept homosexuality. I'm not. You know, y'all can legalize weed in certain states. I'm cool. Y'all can legalize strip clubs and do all that. I'm cool. I'm not partaking in none of that. I'm not doing anything that y'all feel is right. I'm not doing none of that. Read.
Come on. That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues,
be not partakers of her sins. How do you not receive any of her plagues? Don't be partakers in her sin. The stuff that's a sin against the Most High is the reason how you can get plagues. Like I seen this one, somebody had put in a comment or something that they was battling multiple wives, and they were saying the reason why it's wrong because America say it's unlawful to marry two women based on America's law, and the scriptures say obey the law of the land. Go ahead.
The scripture is also saying about could, sir, sex is marriage.
Scriptures also say sex is marriage, and because they say obey the law of the land, they think that means they can't get another wife because in their mind, marriage is the piece of paper, and if they get the piece of paper, even though the Bible is not against more than one wife, but because I gotta obey the law of the land because I'm in captivity, I can't get another wife. So they obey that. Yes, but the law of the land also say that you have to accept homosexuality. Like you can be on your slave, and if a homo come up to you and he's pushing up on you and giving you a vibe that he wants you, you can't feel no type of way about it. You can't discriminate. You damn near wrong if you don't want to be his friend. You got to be his friend based off the law of the land. When that homosexual wants to shoot a shot at you, you can't. You got to take it on the chin and you got to eat it. You got to. When he want to be your friend, you got to be his friend. You know, he want to hang around you. You got to accept it. You know, you have to accept this homosexual in your life because if you don't, you're going against the law of the land. You had your hand up?
Yeah, because what you bring out is just so heavy. And even like the argument itself is vain. Because if you understand sex is marriage, then you have to understand what is marriage according to God and what is marriage according to the land. Because it doesn't matter what marriage is to the law of the land, because you're trying to validate their form of marriage by the Bible. But the Bible says that sex is marriage, and then to cut the sister, which is, I know it was a wicked sister that said this.
Yeah, of course.
You get divorced, you leave your man all the time. You're not supposed to leave that man unless it be for fornication.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? If it's not for fornication, why are you leaving that man? Why do you, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, because it's all America. They following the laws of the land, and the Most High say, "Part not taking her sins." What is the sins of America? Listen, the laws of the land, right? Pay your taxes, man. They require you to do that. Pay your taxes. You know, it's a lot of things like the law of the land require you to do. Certain things you have to do in order to achieve certain things based off of the law. Do it. But the stuff that's against the Most High, that's a sin, he telling you don't partake into it, because once you partake in it, you're going to receive her plague. When he decided to hit America, you know, and take away 18 million jobs, because you're a part of America and taking her plagues, you're going to get hit with it. So guess what? One of those jobs in that 18 million going to be yours. And you're going to be laid off. You're going to be laid off with no way to get any other type of income.
Right.
And it's going to be hard for you. It's going to be downhill for you from there. Why? Because you partake in her sins. And you paying for it. You know, you paying for it. You want to battle people about more than one wife because the law of the land. Guess what? That whore you marry anyway is going to leave you anyway. It's going to leave you anyway. Or that nigga you married where you assist to arguing about more than one wife, you're going to wish your husband believed in more than one wife when he leave you for that other woman. Now those 10 years that y'all had, listen, if I can't have both of y'all according to the scriptures. So if according to the scriptures, because the law of the land say I can't have more than one wife, and I love her now, I love you, but I love her now. If I could have both of you, I would, but I can't. So now You're gonna wish he believed in more than one wife when he get rid of your ass and go marry that younger sister, that younger chick, and you're gonna be up crying day and night, wishing, he didn't believe in the law of the land so much when he decided to leave your ass for another sister. Is there any more on that?
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Her sins reach unto heaven. Like you're gonna partake in her sins and you're gonna partake in her plagues. And her sins reach unto heaven. Meaning, well, her sins, it's a lot. Like her sins is up there. Like that's a lot of sins for it to reach unto heaven. Read.
Reward her even as she rewarded you.
Reward her even as she rewarded you. Who gonna reward her even as she rewarded you? Go ahead.
Christ.
Who else?
Moses.
Nope.
James.
Nope. To reward her even as she rewarded you. You said everybody but the people you were supposed to say.
Israel?
Yeah. Thought you was gonna say that next. How did she reward us? Go ahead.
The evil that they do?
Right. What's the evil that they do? Go ahead.
If I could. Just.
What's the evil that she did?
Where do I begin?
What's the main one though? And it's the main one that she gonna get rewarded with, just like they rewarded us. Go ahead.
Slavery.
Yep. Reward her. And reward her even as she rewarded you. Now, does that mean, are they fed us pork and slavery? Do that mean we gonna feed them pork and slavery? Why not? Go ahead.
It's unlawful.
It's unlawful. So whatever we do in the guidelines of the law, that's how we're gonna reward them. Remember, we not like them. They beasts, they animals, they laws. So they gonna do stuff like feed us pork. But if you want to feed them chicken beaks, and chicken beaks Monday, chicken gizzards Tuesday, you want to get them cow brains Wednesday. That's lawful. You want to get them whatever. There's a lot of stuff you can mix up. You want to get them rocks. There's no law against eating rocks. You want to get them rocks. I remember this one brother said how he gonna have his kingdom set up. He gonna have this side full of food, like soul food, chicken, macaroni. It's gonna be on a mountain, and it's gonna have tables. Then it's gonna be a big old gap in the middle, and then it's gonna be on this side. It's gonna be like chicken beaks, rocks, and all that. You get to determine what food you're gonna eat, but this how you get over there. It's gonna be ropes hanging down. You gotta run, get your neck through the rope, and swing over to the other side, and pick which side you want. So how the hell you gonna do that? You don't wind up hanging yourself. But that's the purpose. Hey, if you make it, if you can swing over to this good food side and you live and you make it, hey, go ahead and eat up. Or you could swing on this side and eat these rocks. You hungry, right? Pick your side. You can't run and jump and grab on it with your hands and swing. You got to run and get your head through and swing through with your neck to the other side. I'm like, see, stuff like that is lawful. You can do that. Hey, you take their babies and dash them up against the rocks. It's going to be a point where Most High going to be like, all right, we had enough. It's time to get rid of all of them. And you know, they ain't gonna be allowed to repopulate in the kingdom. Nah, whichever one's going to the kingdom, and once all of them is wiped out, that's just it. You know, but we're gonna have fun. Somebody got to build the kingdom. We can't do it. You know, we in the kingdom of heaven. We build a kingdom. So why should we have to go into the kingdom of the Most High and build that kingdom? Somebody need to, you know, lay the bricks down. Somebody need to build the bathroom up or whatnot. Shit, I don't like getting up all the time. Somebody need to go in my refrigerator for me when I don't feel like getting up. I ain't gonna do it. I've been doing it all my life. I need a break. I need an 80-year break. And somebody gotta do it. And they gonna be the ones to do it. You know, that's how we gonna reward them. Is there any more?
Okay. And double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Double unto her. What does it say? Double unto her.
Double according to her works.
Double according to her works. So, meaning what? Based off of her works, whatever she do, and whatever punishment you decide to give her, make sure it's double. You do something I don't like, you got 2 kids, guess what? That baby ain't getting dashed against the rock. Both of them are. I mean, you do something I don't like, or what now, you break a law or something, or you go against one of my orders or something. All right, punishment for that is death. All right. You and your son gotta go. It's double. You ain't gonna die, but you the only one that ain't just gonna die. Your son gonna die with you. Oh, hey, I might just take out your whole family. It's lawful. You did what? None of y'all got paid. Kill them all. You know, pop up on you. What you about to eat? Oh, what's that? Kill them all. Just leave out the room. Double one to you. What you reading? Hell you reading that for? Kill them all. Just walk out. Double one to you. You did that? So is there any more? Read.
Okay. How much she glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
Mm-hmm.
For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Mm-hmm. Read.
Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Her plague shall come in one day. What does it mean? Her plague is going to come in one day. Go ahead.
Sickness.
Yeah, but what does it mean when it says it's going to come in one day?
Is it how shall I come back?
Nope. Where?
As far as like a promise.
Wait, but what's the one day part? He said her plague's gonna come in one day. What's the one day part? What do that mean? It's gonna come in one day. Meaning it's gonna come very fast, in a very short time. Like for all of this to happen, you would think all this will happen is gonna take some time because it's so much that gotta go. But it's saying it's gonna happen in one day, meaning it's gonna be so quick and so fast it's gonna happen. Before you know it, it's gonna happen. Like a thief in the night. The scripture is he gonna come like a thief in the night, or he gonna destroy everything within 1 hour. If you don't want to be a part of this, you know, you gotta get in the I.S.U.P.K. You gotta get in the I.S.U.P.K. You gotta, you know, leave the sins of America alone. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to the priest and the officer Yediah. Officer.
Nathaniel Allah, another strong hand. That being said, we're the I.S.U.P.K, started 1 West 120. That means we are the I.S.U.P.K, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Gen.YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to check themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe is a commandment. You can read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. My Isra, which 10th in Hebrew, 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Priest fund, free will open for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, help become a holy convocation. As you know, it's the Passover, and the Passover has been postponed until further notice. Keep up with Commander Gen.YAHANNA on his channel Black Watch for the weekly updates, and tune in every Monday for Black Watch to get updated as well. Remind all Akim and Akwab to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, I modulate means to stand. Look, Pomak with them, which means turn to face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer. It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abedau, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Thaba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawo, Hayah, Bashamai, Nathananau, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabawaf now, Kasalak now, Kabawaf you know, Wala'ah, Thaba'ayah now, Bandasaya Wom, Abo, Hawashaya now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Lakat, Hamalak, Wala'ah, what the power, Lalawanyam, Amen.
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth,
as
it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our
and
debt.
forgive us our debts,
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors,
And lead us not into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom,
And the power.
and the power,
And the glory.
and the glory,
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. So,
Which means turn.
men of Israel,
Turn forward.
men of Israel, we go give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Admadam Shabbat, Admajid, Barak, Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shah Barak Atham, Yahweh Class.